So we meet again, and this time an important session. This is about CAT form filling. So we are going to talk about the form filling nitty-gritties, must-dos, don't-dos for CAT form filling. I'll take you through a step-by-step journey of how to fill the form so that you don't make mistakes. And please understand that it is very critical. See, if you make a mistake, and after you have submitted the application, you cannot go back and change it. And if the data is wrong, it could later affect your chances, even if you get a good percentile and a good call and a good convert. And when the verification happens, it could just damage you. So we must be very sure of what we are filling up. So that is the reason I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process, right? Okay. So before I do, and until people are joining, let me quickly take a couple of questions that I see in the chat. First of all, please give me a shout out if you can hear me right, clear, loud and clear. I hope my network is not patchy because I'm at a certain location where it could be. So give me a yes quickly. A couple of you, please. Okay, cool. यार विनय एक पेशेंस नाम की चीज होती है. Hold it. I've not taken any questions yet. So please hold your horses tightly, right? And we'll come to you. So human version asks me, if someone has a Buffalo Dairy as a business, but not government recognized, so can we add it to the CAT form? So few things here. If you have a Buffalo Dairy, you would have a stream of business. I'm assuming it would be cash. So there has to be some way of you being able to prove that it is a genuine, legit business. Okay. But yes, you can mention this. The best way to legitimize from the panel side, from the selector side, is to ask you questions in the interview. But there has to be some paperwork to follow. Whether it is government recognized or not is a different question. But is there some paperwork? Is there some accounting? Is there some kind of a kuch to bhi jo prove kare that it is a legit business and you are not just bluffing? Okay. So human version, that's your question. Vinay ka question I'll take a little later. And everyone else says they can hear me. Awesome. Sharon says, sir, do we have a correction window for that form? I have made a small mistake. I don't think so. If there is a correction window, they'll announce, but I really don't think so. If the mistake is big enough, why don't you do one thing? The only way you can go ahead is with a different phone number and a different email ID. You need to fill the form again. But if the error is minor, for example, मेरा spelling mistake हो गया. My name is Sazeel with SAZEAL और मैंने AEL लिख दिया है. What do I do? So I need to carry an affidavit with me, right? That my name is this. Or maybe I've not entered my name exactly as per my Aadhaar card or whatever ID I'm taking for support. In that case, I can have a simple affidavit quoting that this is the same person, right? So Sharon, that's your answer. Anshul Pusa, do we need to separate form? Like, I'll come to that. Anshul, I'll come to that EC session mein. I will answer that question. Devraj is asking, sir, will this seminar contain details of all those colleges? Well, there is a different session for colleges. But yes, we'll talk about the IIMs and some of the colleges. We will talk about it a little later. Okay. In academic details, I've converted my percentage using 9.5 instead of 10. If it is showing more, then it's a problem. Okay. So you need to either correct it or you need to fill another form. Okay. Sir, can we upload my EWS receipt as EWS certificate is in process? Yes, I believe you should. Okay. So if it's showing less, Sharon, no problem at all. Okay. So now let's quickly get my deck on stage, and I hope you can see it. And let's start with a session called CAT 2025 form filling. Okay. Here we go. So let's start with the expected pattern. We all know this. I've just kept this for continuity's sake that कोई नया है, someone has a problem. So okay, this time we are expecting the CAT 2025, right? Okay, just a second. Oh, I'm not able to write this, so I need to share this again. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. And yes, I think I believe you should be able to see this. Okay, so CAT 2025 the expected pattern is as per CAT 2024 that happened, because that's the last thing that was there, which means in CAT 23. So if I go by CAT 23, we had 66 questions, whereas CAT 24 had 68 questions. So we assume that it is going to be this. We would not know, and hence that's a small surprise. It's a very small surprise given that CAT in past 20 years back has given bigger surprises. This is sort of a very minuscule one if compared to that. So generally CAT में बड़े surprises नहीं देखे गए हैं. Okay, there might be one question type different in verbal. There might be two questions more in DILR like last year. There could be some such, दो question कम कर देंगे, something of that sort. Very small changes. Generally, so VARC has been this level, easy to moderate, right? DILR is generally moderate. This year, last year it was moderate. The previous year it was moderate to difficult. So you can expect it to be around moderate to difficult only, right? QA can be expected to be difficult. However, it can also be considered to be moderate to difficult, right? Like last year, it was not difficult per se. Okay, so this is where it is. ये आपको सब पता है. 3 marks positive for a correct answer, -1 for negative, and then there are theta questions, right? These are theta questions, non-MCQs, where there is no negative marking. So this is what the CAT looks like. Okay, what is the prerequisite for the work experience? Now ये एक सवाल बहुत common है, so let me start with this. What is the prerequisite for work experience? So first of all, anything that you can call a work experience has to be done after graduation, which means if you have done something during graduation, that is not considered as a formal work experience, even if you are working full time. Second requirement is it should be full time. So even after graduation, if you're doing something part time, it is not considered work experience. It is something, you could call it internship, you could call it part time work or whatever. It has to be after graduation, and it has to be full time. Thirdly, and the most important one, it has to be paid for. So ये paid work होना चाहिए. So तीनों condition when they satisfy, you can call it a work experience. After graduation, full time and paid. You should receive some salary or some income or some revenue for what you're doing. Then it is called a work experience. So anything which is unpaid is not work experience. Anything which is before graduation, I'm just repeating, is not a work experience. And anything which is not full-time or part-time, it is part-time, is not work experience. So internships, trainings are not part-time. However, if you are an engineer trainee, graduate engineer trainee, or some kind of a management trainee, these trainees, which is a part of the work, and you're getting salary and it is a full-time work and it's after graduation, this is considered as work experience. Okay, what if you are in business? If you have a business of your own, right? In that case also it is considered work experience if the part that is after graduation is work experience. So if it's your business, you would have something, right? So job mein, if you have a job, you would have things like offer letter. यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है offer letter, salary slips, the right, the experience letter, anything, joining letter, all of those things are considered as a valid proof for job. For business, you would have something. So what would you have? You could have a GST certificate, or you could have an account statement or account summary, right? These kind of things for your business are considered to be valid proofs, evidences. Acha, what if I am working with my father or uncle or whatever in a family business? right? Family business में हो तो भी these proofs can work for you. Okay, so family business में you can always say I was drawing a cash salary if that's the case. So that's okay, but it has to reflect in some way. So that is what is required. Some people might have a question that what if I am doing a freelance kind of a job? Freelance assignments, if done as a regular thing, are considered work experience depending on what you've done. Again, it should prove that it's a full-time thing, and you should have either the payment receipts, invoices or payment receipts, right, or account statements to support that this is a real deal. Okay, so freelance is work experience, yes, if there are these kind of things. Business or family business is also work experience if you can provide these things, and job is definitely work experience if you can provide any of these. So these are the things that is called work experience. Okay, so salary slips, I'm repeating, account details or account summary, service offer letter or joining letter, or any justifying document by the authority. So let's say you are in family business but you're not drawing salary, or you're drawing cash salary, there's no proof. You can get a document on the company letter saying, signed by the proprietor or director, saying that you were working with this company from this time to this time, right? And that should work. So a justifying document by an authority is also good enough as a proof. Now here comes a question that a lot of you will ask. I don't know, I'm not looking at chat right now, but a lot of you will ask this. Sir, वैसे तो मेरा experience नहीं है, but my uncle has a company or my father has a company or whatever, right? Can I just show work experience if I have a gap year? So let me talk to all of you who have a gap year. So just day before yesterday, I got a call from one of my student and she said, कि सर क्या करूं, मेरा तो gap year है. First of all, your gap year is in your mind. There's nothing called a gap year. In CAT, you are either a working executive or you are a fresher. There is nothing else. There is no gap year. Nothing like this. Okay? So if you're not a working executive, you are a fresher. Simple. And there's no problem to be a fresher. So even people who have gap years, who are considered freshers, are freshers, and that's no problem, right? There is no college which says I don't want a fresher or I don't want a working executive. They want both. The proportions might differ, but they want both. So please, first of all, forget this gap year, right? That is something which is in your mind and it is pulling you down. It is pulling your confidence down. So there is nothing called gap year. Either there's a working executive or there's a fresher. Cool. So having said this, let me quickly check the questions in case I have any before I can move on. Okay, let me start from the beginning. So from the bottom, Debraj says, sir, work-ex will be, I'll come to that, right, Debraj. Sir, I am a final year student. Should I put my marks की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं हम लोग. Okay. Sir, can we show our experience without experience letter? Yes, you will not have an experience letter or a goodbye letter or whatever you call it, right? Leaving letter, right? You won't have a leaving letter. You don't have that. So it's okay. If you have the offer letter, joining letter, or salary slips, or multiple things, that is a good enough proof. Arjun. Wow. Mukund says, can I fill my CAT form after my CAT exam? क्या तू CAT exam देगा कैसे फॉर्म भरे बिना? How can you fill your CAT form after CAT? So you do one thing, you first take CAT, then you fill the CAT form, then you start preparing for it. So I think, Mukund, I don't get your question. If I'm getting it wrong, please rephrase and let me know. CAT form को पहले ही भरना पड़ेगा, फिर CAT दे पाओगे. Okay. Do we need to, okay, just a second. Aditya says, can I give work experience for my family business if I'm doing college from correspondence? If your graduation is not over, that is not work experience anyway. So graduation अगर नहीं हुआ है और तुम्हारा college, you are doing college from correspondence right now, then how can you show work experience? Yes, you can show as an internship, right? Okay, Mukund, okay, you were saying that. Nahi yaar, you should not wait. You should not wait. That has to be taken no matter how CAT goes. So you fill the form now. Don't take that chance. Unedited with Ritesh. Oh my God. Unedited. What a name. Ritesh is saying what all is needed during form filling. अरे बता रहा हूँ. अभी मैं वहाँ पहुँच रहा हूँ. Hold it. Can notice period be also considered in work experience? Yes, notice period is a part of your work experience period, right? What is a conversion? ठीक है. Okay. Okay. So I think we've done with the questions regarding this. So let us quickly move on to the next one. Right. So now before we go ahead, I just wanted to re-mention this. If you have not enrolled for this, please do it right now. Today is the last day. Please don't miss this. Okay. Next mock is a physical mock that you can take at the centers. Don't miss this for anything. This will give you a real CAT experience. We are doing this in 46 odd cities, right? And this is going to be the actual CAT-like scenario. Okay, cool. So now we come to CAT 25 registration. So when you search this on Google, what you will find is this. So iamcat.ac.in. This is the official website for CAT form filling. So please go on this website, and this is what will open up. So let me quickly take you through this. Okay. So there is something called Home, About Us, Exam Cities. You may check out the exam cities here and so on. Right. Now come to this. This tells you the important dates, which means the registration started on August 1st, right? September 13th is the last date. Please make sure you don't wait till September to fill the CAT form. CAT form has to be filled now. You were waiting for this session. Now don't wait. Before this weekend, we all should have registered, including myself. I am yet to register for CAT. So we all should have registered for CAT, because what happens is then you tend to forget and you will do it later, and the date goes away. Last year there was an extension, but har saal nahi hota. So don't expect an extension of dates. Please don't wait for that. Varna saal bhar ki mehnat will go waste, right? So so on. There are important dates going below, when the admit card will come out and when the exam date will be and so on. So that is what you should check out. What you have to go to is this new candidate registration. So this is where you go. This is for the last year. Okay. So this is where you go for registration. Okay. So as soon as you click on register, you click on this. This will open. The next is this will open up, but let me focus on this message. Kindly use, and they have clearly said which version to use, because certain features don't work in other browsers or other versions of browsers. So make sure Mozilla 122 to 141, Google Chrome 114 to 138, and Microsoft Edge 114 to 137. These are the three things that you can use. You can also fill up the form on Android and iOS. However, I would suggest you don't do this over phone. A lot of documents to be submitted, a lot of data to be filled in. Please don't do this on a phone. Do it on a system. Okay, so this is one message. Second, field marked as with the asterisk mark or star mark are absolutely mandatory. So don't skip that. You can't skip that. Fill in all the required details and upload scanned copies. So all the required details need to filled up correctly, and scanned copies need to be uploaded. Okay. Click on save and next. So you have each of these sections: personal details, academics, work experience, programs, test city, declaration. All of these sections you have to go save and next every time. Okay. Applicants can log in multiple times. So you can log in later on also. So manlo, for example, I filled in my personal details and I've come to academic details. Now I have saved this. But here I am stuck because I require the exact CGPA or exact marks or percentage. What do I do? So I'll have to go and collect and scan and everything. So I can actually close this and come back again. So I can log in multiple times to complete the application form. Once the payment is made, applicants will not be allowed to make any changes. You will not be allowed. So please understand that have to put in the correct information before the payment stage. Before payment. Okay. And your password of CAT 2025 will expire every 90 days. Please ensure to reset it in this interval using change password option. Okay, so password will expire in 90 days, which means let's say you log in right now, let's say tomorrow, 7th of August. Maybe in 7th of November or 6th of November, it will not work. So you'll have to reset it. Okay. In case you forget the password, it is not a problem. It can be retrieved using the forgot password option. We know how to use this, but these are the instructions. Now let's go forward. Again, so this page will open up. So when you click on register, okay, this page will open up. When after this page opens up, you say you click on close and you get into this thing, privacy notice. Please understand this is a privacy information. That is a mandatory thing that they have to do. So you have to agree to it. Unless you agree with it, it will not go ahead. Okay, so please do that. Now you have to understand that still CAT does share data directly or indirectly. I would not say directly, but the data is available to the colleges which are affiliated with CAT, not the IIMs, but the other colleges. So sometimes you will get some calls or messages and you might get pestered, but that is because your data through CAT, ZAT, other sources indirectly might be available out there. Okay, so that happens. Sadly, that has been happening for 20 years now. When I was taking my CAT, I was bugged by it, and students today also get bugged by it, right? But then that's the way it is. However, there's a privacy policy in place. Okay. Now we come to the instructions again. So I already read out the instructions, but there's some more. Candidates have to fill the details below, mentioned below, to receive the username and password. You will receive so once there's a basic sign up process that you do, and you will receive on your mail, you will receive your user ID and password, right? So registered email ID pe aa jayega and or registered mobile number. Overseas candidates will receive both username and password on the registered email address. Okay. Candidates can log in anytime using their user ID and password, right? You must provide correct name, date of birth, mobile number, and email address. Please understand, this is not your social media or Telegram, jahan you can hide behind the pseudonyms, even YouTube for that matter. Galat naam de diya, koi bhi naam chala liya, and then you can say whatever shit you want, right? Won't work here. You have to provide your correct name, correct date of birth, correct mobile number, correct address. Please understand, this is important for verification, and this is very important for all communication. So make sure that you triple check these 4 things. So once you do this, this window opens up, this one. Okay, so register. You have to register using your name. Candidate name should be entered exactly as it appears in the 10th certificate. So your 10th standard ka jo certificate hai, mark sheet hai, whatever name is there is what you enter here. Then comes your date of birth, email address, confirm email address, country, mobile number, confirm mobile number, and generate OTP. So when you generate OTP, you can validate your both phone number and email ID using OTP. So OTP will be sent to your email, OTP will be sent to your phone number, and both of them need to be entered along with this captcha. Then comes a declaration. I hereby declare that I have carefully read the instructions. All data entered by me is correct to my information. If any information is fake or false or incorrect, I shall abide by the actions. I agree. Click on this, put the captcha, and confirm. Okay, this one. So once you do that, here is what it looks like. Name of the candidate, date of birth, email address, country, and phone number, right? So if it is correct, you check the boxes and then you submit your button again. Okay. So this is the registration process, the first part of it, the sign up process, so to say. Okay, so generate OTP, then confirm this, then submit this, and you are done. Okay, this is what you will see, right? Where application details, your name will be mentioned, your phone, date of birth, your phone number, your email address, your country, and your name. All of it will be mentioned here. So you can check it. If you see, there is a help desk here. In case you made a mistake, please reach out on this. However, don't make a mistake. Be very, very sure. All right. So let me see if I have any questions. Rajiv Kadam says, I have attempted last year. Now I try to use my previous credentials to fill the form of 25, but it's showing while logging incorrect credentials. Do I need to create new account? Rajiv, every year, if I remember right, I also do it with the same phone number and same email ID, right? And every time it allows me to sign up again. So I don't think why it should be happening, but you need to create a new account. Yeah, if that's what you're asking, yes. Sarvesh says, I started my business after my graduation and is GST registered, but transaction is in my current account are a bit messed up. Messed up मतलब तुम अगर अकाउंट में चोरी नहीं कर रहे हो तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है? GST certificate should work, Sarvesh, but okay, it should work, no problem. Unnat says, sir, I have work of around 2 years, but it is divided in the bits of 3-4 months among different companies. No, it is not an issue. Don't worry. Sir, I have a backlog. What should do? What should I do? You should clear the backlog. Okay, Urmi, I'm just joking. What should I do in the marks section? You should answer whatever marks are written. So, जो marks लिखे हैं वो लिख दो. Doesn't matter. After you clear the backlog, your marks will change. But as of now, you should write what is there on your certificates, on your mark sheets. Right, Urmi? Unicorn says, I've attempted CAT last year. Use the registered candidate options details to open the new registration for 2025. We have to fill the name as per Komaldeep says, as per 10th form, but in 10th form, the full name has no segregation. That's okay. Then you segregate according to your logic, no? Komaldeep, I'm assuming Kaur is your last name. Hai na? Prajakth Patil started his own business and I'm a director, but I haven't generated any revenue yet. It's okay. You don't have a revenue, but you have a GST certificate, right? You have some kind of a registration of your business. That is okay. You can show it as a full-time experience. Okay, I think a couple of questions I've taken. सर्वेश बोल रहे ट्रांजैक्शंस आर सेटल्ड है, ठीक है, अकाउंट वो तुम्हारी बैलेंस शीट टैली करने नहीं बैठेंगे मेरे भाई, उनको जस्ट देखना है कि तुम काम कर रहे हो कि नहीं कर रहे हो, ठीक है. So don't worry, they won't send income tax officers to your place. Melo Harsh, okay, Melo Harsh, whatever. Okay, sir, if we have a few months work experience as cash and rest is with the bank, yes, you can include, but you have to have some proof. So make the company write it down that you were working there. Okay, so an offer letter, experience letter should help you. Ankur Wariku, Unnat Wariku says, I will be 28 when I complete my MBA. Will that be less valuable? उन्नत करना है ना तेरे को MBA, क्या फर्क पड़ता है less valuable, more valuable? You utilize your experience in your way. इतना सब मत सोचो यार, कैट पे फोकस करो. Will I not, क्या होगा, वो सब सोचना अभी टाइम नहीं है तुम्हारे पास. ओके यार, ये सब लोग जो पूछ रहे हैं, I have 4 months of experience, should I mention? Of course you have 4 months, you should mention 4 months. Why would you not mention? There's no reason to not mention. Okay. आदित्य बोलता है, गुप्ता, okay, sir, is it good to have 9 months family business experience? Nobody. I believe that you should have had 30 months experience. क्या करेगा बता? ऐसा नहीं होता, फ्रेशर्स फ्रेशर्स होते हैं, वर्क एक्स होते हैं, उसके बीच में कुछ भी होता है, इट इज ओके, तुमको तुम्हारे हिसाब से जज किया जाएगा, क्यों लोड ले रहे हो? एवरीथिंग इज गुड, कुछ नहीं किया तो भी गुड, ग्रेजुएशन किया तो भी गुड, 4 साल का गैप ईयर है तो भी गुड, एवरीथिंग इज गुड. ओके, and I'm very sure about what I'm saying. Okay, I'm not just trying to please you. All right, so let's move forward. So ये हो जाने के बाद, once you've checked this, now comes the form, the 6 sections of the form. Personal details से start करेंगे हम. So the first is personal detail, where you write your first name, middle name, last name. Mandatory सिर्फ first name है. That is because different regions में people write the names differently. So one name that you are called by is required, and your name, entire thing, so first name, middle name, last name, has to be as per the 10th mark sheet. Okay, or 10th certificate. Father's name, mother's name, and spouse का name. ठीक है, so you know this, I'm not explaining that. Date of birth तुम्हारा already entered है, ये already entered है. Since you pick a gender, pick a nationality, pick a category. When I say category, what do you mean? I mean SC, ST, OBC, NC, and so on, EWS, PWD, whatever, right? Do you belong to persons with disability, PWD category, as of PWD Act 2016? So you say yes or you say no. Okay, so once you do that, then we come to the communication address on the next page. So communication address, so address line 1, address line 2, address line 3, country, state, district, city, and pin code. Okay, I don't think I should explain this. You've already entered your address, email address, and phone number. You may provide an alternate email address. This is a good thing because in case there is a problem, an alternate email address helps. Is permanent address same as your communication address? If you say yes, it is auto-filled. If you say no, then you have to fill up your permanent address also. So let's take an example that you are a person who is hailing from Haldwani. This is where you are from. You are currently, you studied in Bangalore and you're working in Delhi. So if currently you are working in Delhi and you have a Delhi address, you can enter this as a communication address. But your permanent address will still might be maybe Haldwani wala, where your parents are still staying or where you are from. So you decide if your permanent address is the same. अगर आप दिल्ली रह रहे हो and if you think that you are going to shift in the next 2 months or 3 months or 4 months, right? Then you better write both the addresses as your permanent address. So where you are sure of getting a communication is the address you should pick up. Okay, so ये हो गया. Then you come to permanent address. Okay, now we come to emergency contact details. This is if CAT authority needs to reach out to you and you are not reachable on your mail, on your phone, or whatever. This is a emergency contact number of someone who is dependable. ठीक है, if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and you put their number here and tomorrow you break up, touch wood, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, but if you break up and the breakup is not so nice, it is very sour, then that person will not give you information. वो तेरा cat spoil करेंगे. So please make sure that you give the right person's emergency contact detail. Okay, phone number and relationship. All right, let me quickly finish this and see if there are questions. Okay, now documents, very important. Personal details के अंदर documents. Scanning of photograph, signature, and valid certificate for SC, ST, NCOBC, PWD, EWS. So 3 things: photo, sign, and certificate. Category certificate, CAT certificate. When I say CAT, I mean category. And sign, signature. Should be done using a scanner only. So for example, phone से photo ले लिया या PDF scanner phone पे लेके उससे scan कर दिया. Don't do that. Do a proper scanning of it. Okay. So please You do it using the scanner only. Don't apply shortcuts here. The valid certificate should be in a prescribed format. So CAT का एक prescribed format है, issued by the competent authority in Hindi or English language only. Okay. So refer to the CAT 2025 website for a sample format. So you'll get a sample format here. Make sure that make sure that you have the sample format and get a certificate made for that. It might take 10, 15, 20 days to get it made also if you want, and that is fine. Okay. Scanned copies of original or digital certificates do not need self-attestation. So if they are scanned copies of originals, either it's original, not Xerox, not photocopy, or it's a digital certificate जो DigiLocker से निकाला है, you don't need self-attestation, signature खुद का. Self attestation is only required for photocopied documents. Clearly बोला हुआ है guys. इसमें गड़बड़ नहीं हो सकती. ठीक है. Save this YouTube session that I'm conducting and use it along with when you are filling the form. Okay. फोन पे वॉच करते जाओ और लैपटॉप पे या कंप्यूटर पे भरते जाओ form. Do that. Only thing you need to make sure and absolutely make sure is, and this is very important, collect all certificates, signature, and photo scan copies. This is 1. 2, keep all the mark sheets in your hand when you're filling it, because exact scores are required. मेरा approximately 83% डाल दूंगा 10th का नहीं चलेगा. If it is 82.8, I have to put 82.8, not 83. So you need the exact mark sheet with you when you fill it up. You need the 10th ka certificate with you to enter the exact name, the way it has been entered. So please keep these things with you when you fill the form. पहले collect कर लो, फिर form भरना शुरू कर. Okay? Your name on the certificate should match the name you mentioned during registration. If there is a name mismatch, please refer to the FAQ, frequently asked questions, or registration guide provided on the CAT 25 website. तो CAT 25 website पे उन लोगों ने सारे FAQs रखे हैं, सारे सवालों के जवाब रखे हैं. Please go through this. All right. Now come to this, the last part. नीचे. Please click here for photo specifications and sample photos. There is a specification. कितना KB MB का फोटो चाहिए वो मेंशन किया है. Please upload scanned copy of passport size photograph. Please click here to upload. So you can click here and upload the passport size photograph. Click here and upload the signature का scanned copy. तो ये तो understood है. And the pic here, the file has been ऐसा pic आ जाएगा and file has been successfully uploaded. ये आ जाएगा. ठीक है? So this is what will happen. Okay, let me check the questions before I go ahead. Okay, BrainX says mother's name in my document and her document is different. Do it as per your document. अपने document के हिसाब से डालो. ठीक है? Sir, I was not able to find DU in college drop down. There were options of Delhi and others. I am surprised DU नहीं होगा, but तेरे college का नाम होगा ना. So Saint Stephen's है या Miranda है या जो भी है वो नाम होना चाहिए उसमें, है ना? So check it out. Otherwise Delhi and others डाल के नाम pick करो. If result is not as per expectations, हाँ तब पक्का ब्रेकअप होना है भाई. अगर रिजल्ट के बेसिस से ब्रेकअप होना है तो वो अभी हो जाना चाहिए. वो प्यार नहीं धोखा है. ठीक है हैरी. So Khushi says, sir, I am a last year student pursuing internship at a very well recognized edtech company and getting paid for it. I have an offer letter too. Will it be worth it? It will be worth. It will be taken as a part-time work or internship or something of that sort. It won't be considered as work experience, Khushi. Let me see if there's any other question. So even I have BFM, financial market. Okay. We should enter others in the drop down. Yeah, if your degree is not showing, you pick others, no problem. Yeah, absolutely. Right, nameless and Ayan, both of you. Ayan. If my Aadhaar card address and the address I have entered in CAT form is different, is that fine? But why would you? ठीक है, but तेरे पासपोर्ट से मैच करेगा, कहीं तो मैच करेगा ना तेरा एड्रेस, परमानेंट एड्रेस तो मैच करना चाहिए. परमानेंट एड्रेस कैन नॉट बी डिफरेंट, है ना? ठीक है, communication address can be different because I'm staying somewhere. I don't have any card of anything that is where I'm staying right now. That's okay. That's a temporary address. Sir, and also graduation in BCom, which subject should I put? I don't know. तेरा कौन सा subject है मुझे नहीं मालूम. ठीक है, okay. So let's get back to the form. But before we go to the form, I have a quick message for you. I hope you guys have downloaded the mobile app, Career Launcher mobile app. If you've not done that, you are missing a lot of things. Lecture attend करना है, YouTube session attend करना है, कुछ भी अटेंड करना है, तुम्हें टॉपिक टेस्ट देना है, डेली डोज देना है, सब कुछ ऐप पे हो सकता है एक्सेप्ट मॉक. पूरा मॉक नहीं लिख सकते मोबाइल पे, बाकी सब कुछ कर सकते हो. So make sure that you utilize this well. In fact, let me quickly, so there are 2 buttons there, but there are 2 QR codes here. Take a screenshot or scan them right away, and please make sure you download this immediately, right? So don't miss this, don't forget this. I'll leave it on for 5 seconds for you to quickly take a screenshot or whatever. All right, let's move on. So coming to the next part. तो ये जैसे ही तुम्हारा फाइल अपलोड हो गया, सक्सेसफुली अपलोडेड, क्लोज. ओके, सो दिस इज डन. नाउ वी कम टू द सेकंड पार्ट विच इज एकेडमिक्स. एकेडमिक्स में पहले बोर्ड का नाम. सो बोर्ड का नाम HSC है, सॉरी SSC है, या कुछ और है उसके जैसा ही, right? Whatever the board name. So you might be a CBSE board का SSCE होगा, या ICSE board का होगा, या whatever board का नाम है, right? You can put it there under the drop down. You can take the month and year of completion, कब 10th खत्म किया. Let this be an exact one when you completed, right? Maximum marks, inclusive of all subjects. So please remember, it's all subjects. मैं तो सर आई एम साइंस स्टूडेंट, तो PCM के मार्क्स डालूंगा नहीं, ऑल सब्जेक्ट्स. सो इंग्लिश हो या कंप्यूटर हो या XYZ हो, पुट इट ऑल. ओके, सो 10th में जितने सब्जेक्ट्स थे इन योर मार्कशीट, all the subjects का total maximum marks. So what is maximum marks? If I got an 80 out of 100 in, let's say, math, right, and 60 out of 100 another subject, and 70 out of 100 in the third subject, and so on. I have 5 subjects with 100 marks each. Then the total maximum marks will be 500. Okay, 5 subjects with 100 marks is 500 or 800 or whatever it is, right? Total marks obtained, right? So 80 plus 60 plus 70 plus जो आया. So let's say I got a 560, right? So the percentage should be calculated by itself. If not, you can enter it also. I'm not sure, अभी मैंने भरा नहीं है, तो either it's auto calculated or you should enter. So मैं भरूंगा तो मुझे समझ में आ जाएगा कि क्या होने वाला है, right? So let's read the note below. Okay, very important. Maximum marks indicates the summation of maximum marks of all subjects, including electives. Okay, for computing percentage of marks obtained, the aggregate marks of all subjects including additional subjects appear in the mark sheet would be considered irrespective of board's regulation. कोई कुछ भी बोले, सारे subjects का गिना जाएगा. Okay, cool. The same thing we have to do with HSC 12th standard. So 12th standard, अगर if you have taken a 12th standard, whatever board, state board, CBSE, ICSE, IB, IGCSE, whatever board, you pick this. If you've not taken 12th and you've done your diploma instead, you mark this. Both the options are given to you. Again, maximum marks, marks obtained, and aggregate percentage. So that is that. Okay. Bachelor's degree. Are you in the final year? If you are right now still pursuing your bachelor's, you say yes. If you had already finished pursuing and you are done with your graduation, mark no. Have you completed your bachelor's degree? You mark accordingly. Okay. So, okay. So that's that. if you have a degree with honors or vocational, honors is a sometimes a four-year degree and the fourth year is optional sometimes, right? Then just choose the corresponding degree from the drop down, right? So you pick the degree. Okay. Do you have or are you undergoing dual or 5-year integrated course? So all the students who are going through the IPM courses, integrated program in management, or maybe a medical, or any of the five, not medical will not be an integrated course, but it's a 5-year course nevertheless. But any of the, there are some BTech plus MTech kind of courses, right, in some IITs and NITs and stuff. So these kind of 5-year integrated courses, you mark accordingly. If it is yes, you might mark yes. Okay. Now here it is mentioned clearly, bachelor's and a master's ka combination. So dual degree of bachelor's and master's. Okay. Click here if you have more than one bachelor degree. So someone who's done a double BA, double BCom, BCom plus MCom, whatever, anything that you've done more than one graduation, you should click here. Okay, double graduation के लिए. Now, do you have a master's degree? Remember, a lot of people in ZAT were asking me when I was doing the form filling, कि सर मास्टर्स किया है तो उसका कोई जगह नहीं एंटर करने का. I don't know why that is, and if you found some answer for that, but CAT में हमेशा मास्टर्स डिग्री होता है. So if you've done your MCom after BCom or any of that sort, if you've done a master's degree, enter the data here. So including the discipline, right? The exact discipline, name of the institution, and university name, right? So both the things are required. So degree name. Okay, so all of these are drop down, so you know what to do. Please make sure you start course commencement dates and the course completion dates are entered very clearly, and the aggregate marks are right, correct. Now we come to a professional degree details. So, for example, any of the CA, CS, ICWA, right, CMA, whatever, even an FIA, the actuaries, right? So, all of that is you can enter here. So, please mention whatever it is in this section. Please don't enter CA in your graduation. It is not a graduation. These are certifications or these are professional degrees or professional certifications. Okay. So do you want to enter any of the professional degree details such as CA, CS, ICWA? Yes, you want to, and you can tick whatever is right. If you've completed or whether it is in progress, you can mention accordingly. So you tick wherever is right. Okay. Going forward, name of the professional degree, the inter marks, final aggregate marks, month and of commencement, articleship period, and month of completion. ये सब कुछ आपको डालना होगा. Okay. Let me check if there are any questions at this stage regarding this. Just a second. Guys, some of you are asking me again and again कि CGPA डालें कि SGPA डालें. Please understand that they have already asked you percentage. If I'm not wrong, it is percentage that needs to be entered. Conversion कैसे करेंगे CGPA का to percentage? अच्छा, so definitions are very different. So you need to go to your university website, and every university has defined how to convert its CGPA to percentages. Right? Okay. Sir, I have completed my CA foundation, Vinay says, and intergroup 1 passed. What should I write? Write exactly that. Write exactly that. Atharva says, Atharva ने 2 बार doubt डाल दिया तो नहीं लेते हैं. Sir, I used to previously work, Divya says, and resigned few months back after a few years of experience. Will this affect my call? No, मैं पहले ही बोल चुका हूँ. कितना वर्क एक्स है कि नहीं है, गैप ईयर है, कोई मैटर नहीं करता. ठीक है, तो चिल. या how it will affect is your percentile requirement will change na. So if you have 2 years of experience, right, your percentile requirement might be slightly lesser than someone who's a fresher, of course, right? Because that's how the profile will work. Integrated, अच्छा अंकित साहू का क्वेश्चन है, integrated master of science 5-year CGPA BSc 3 ईयर, MSc 2 ईयर, दोनों को अलग अलग करके भर, इंटीग्रेटेड प्रोग्राम करके टिक करोगे ना तो यू विल बी एबल टू फिल बोथ ऑफ देम. ओके, सो BSc का अलग करके BSc का भरो. Does CAT also have Kashmiri migrant quota? उन्नत says, I'm not sure. उन्नत अभी तक देखा नहीं है मैंने so far, and last year का मुझे याद नहीं है. Let me see. Let's go through this entire session, and if I can't, I will find it out and get back to you. Okay, so you can reach out to me. I will share my phone number towards the end of the session also, in case you guys have doubt. Okay. Sir, I come under OBC category in Uttar Pradesh, but general category in Central. So should I fill OBC in my form, or should I fill general category? This is something that I will have to find out again. So I'm noting down your queries and I will get back to you on that. Okay, maybe I'll answer that in the chat going forward. Maybe after the session is over. Okay. Okay, let's go forward. Let's go forward with the session. I know you guys have a lot of questions and I'm not able to take all the questions because there are too many questions and I have to finish this as well. So let's go forward. Okay, now this is important. Work experience का details दिया हुआ है. Work experience as on 31st July 2025, end of the previous month. So suppose you started working in September 23 and till now you are working. Let's say till August 25 you are working, and you may work till, let's say, March 26 before you join your MBA. मान लो मार्च तक काम किया है. So technically you will have an experience of October, November, December, Jan, Feb, March. So that's close to 2 years and 7 months of experience you will have till you join the B school. Okay, 2 years, 7 months. But you don't have to enter this 2 years, 7 months. You have to enter till July 25 only. So मान लो 1st September to 31st July, right? That is what we have to enter. That is exactly 1 year and 11 months, if I am calculating right. So actually you might enter with a 2 year, 7 months kind of experience, but as of now you have to mention 1 year and 11 months only. I hope you understand this. So your work experience is counted till July 25, 31st July 2025. Only full-time experience after graduation must be entered. Part-time project, internship, articleship, pre-graduation work experience should not be entered. So even articleship भी नहीं, internship नहीं, project नहीं, part-time नहीं, pre-graduation का work experience no. So see, understand that आपको जब आप interviews के लिए जाएंगे ना, when you go for the interviews, it is important when you discuss even those things. So even if it is an articleship or internship or project or part-time experience, वो सब discuss होगा. और अगर आप अच्छे आंसर्स देते हो, that will be a good brownie point in the interview. But application के लिए only a full-time after graduation work experience is required. Okay. Please enter the exact date you started working and the date you finally exited. So exact starting date, exact ending date. अगर ending date है तो, अगर अभी भी काम कर रहे हो तो ending date नहीं होगा. ठीक है. Moreover, please mention the number of days you temporarily exited. So exited meaning, so someone was asking, I worked for 3 months. Then I took a sabbatical for 2 months to look for another job. Then I worked for 6 months again. Then I took a 15-day gap to join the next job, which I'm working for 1.5 years now. So basically, your work experience is 3 months plus 6 months plus 1.5 years, which is close to 18 plus 9, 27 months of experience. And you have to clearly mention that there was a break of 2.5 months, this one. So there was a 2.5 months ka break in between. So please mention the number of days. So 2.5 months might translate to 75 days or 74 or 76, whatever it is. Exact. Break job ने लिया था. Work X to be filled in a chronological order. Chronological order मतलब last job पहले भरना है. So last मैंने ये काम किया था. This is my last experience. So this should be filled up first. Okay, I hope you guys understand this. Let's read the next note. Candidates who are independent professional practitioners like doctors, lawyers, and other professionals should enter independent professional practitioner. So वहां पे वो mention करना है कि I'm an individual professional practitioner, I'm a doctor. Okay. In case a candidate got promotion during a job में promotion मिला है, candidate can write multiple designations separated by comma. So मान लो मैं पहले सर engineer trainee था, graduate engineer trainee, then I became a software engineer, then I became a team leader. So you can mention 3 things in the post, in the designation. So 3 designations in let's say 4 years that I worked. ठीक है, ये सब कुछ लिख. Okay, so let's look at the work experience now. Name of the organization, ठीक है. Designation. So for example, CL Educate में काम किया है. That's my company. Let's say you are an executive. Let's say you have started on 21st July and end date, which is going on right now, right, is this. So break is 0 in days. Experience is 11 days. So days में calculate हो रहा है. Break and experience दोनों. What if I started in 21st July 2024? If that is the date, then 366 plus 11, 377 days आएगा यहाँ पे. What if मैंने बीच में 2 महीने का sabbatical लिया था, 2 months, I left the company and then I joined the company again. तो 260 days. So यहाँ पे 377 की जगह 317 आएगा और यहाँ पे 60 days. Okay, so that is how you have to calculate. Now serial number 2 is given to you. So let's assume, let's take an example that I joined CL Educate, right, as an executive. I started on 25th July 24. I left the company on 30th December 24. Then I took 3 months of break. Then I joined another company called XYZ on let's take 4th July 25, and I'm still working there as on 31st July 25. Okay, so you'll have to count the exact number of days here plus exact number of days here. Okay, the first one will go in serial number 1. This will go in the next experience. So मान लो ये जो भी time था, whatever days it was, so calculate कर लो यार, 11, 12 plus November, December, October, August. So there are 3 months with 31 days. So that's 93 days plus 60 days. That is 153 days. 153 days plus 6-7 days here, right? So where was I? 153 plus 7. 160 days. I hope I'm right. So 160 days and 0 days break. Then you say 30 days, whatever, 3 months ka break. And 3 months ke baad 3 more days. So basically Jan, Feb, March is 28 plus 32. That is 90 days. 90 days plus 1 day here, 31st. 91 plus 3 days here, 94. So I took 94 days of break and then I joined whatever, this count. So whatever number of days, right? So please make sure you enter this. Okay. So total work experience is these many days. Total work experience in months is this. It will calculate by itself. I hope this is clear, guys. Let me see if there are some questions. Dia says, sir, in my case, I already resigned a few months back. Okay, I have taken this question. No, you resigned a few days back, few months back, and you're not working now. So your last date will calculate automatically. You don't have to mention the gap, na? anymore. If you've exited, your calculation is done. Okay, so don't worry. Sir, my Bradley says, sir, my work ex till July 25 was 23 months, but they won't count work ex till the time of the interviews. Kyun they won't count? I hope you've done it after your graduation. They should count it. All right. Okay, TK, let's go forward. Okay, CAT Sprint is here, guys. So in case you are still looking for preparation, the preparation is still possible if you are starting now. And if you need help, you can join the Sprint batch. It's a full-length batch. It's entire batch that we'll be doing 5 days a week, every day, till CAT. We are going to finish the course. So all of those who you feel that you are late, right, you can use this. And it starts with 15,000 rupees only. So I think it's a pretty doable thing. Okay. Coming to the programs. Now we have the last 3 sections to talk about programs. Yahan pe I am very sure of what I'm going to say, right? When in doubt. इसके बहुत सारी कहावतें हैं, idioms हैं, पर मैं एक ही हूँगा. When in doubt, as far as CAT form is concerned, check all boxes. When in doubt, check all boxes. नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, सब चेक कर ले. अब let me explain to you. Okay, so I am Ahmedabad PGP and I am Ahmedabad FABM. FABM is nothing but food and agri business management. Now, of course, PGP is the regular MBA course, postgraduate program. Okay, now my point is different. My point is, does it matter if I get a PGP or a food and agribusiness management? At the end of it, it doesn't matter. You and I am A grad. Of course, I am Ahmedabad will check if you are fitting in some way to a food and agribusiness management. But I have seen enough number of students who have sustainability as an option, or who have some business plans or some ideas which are related to this. They don't have a background, but they get through the interviews. At the end of it, why not take both? Okay. Now we come to EPGD. Now this is executive MBA. Okay, executive program. So executive program, you can always pick, right? If you have work experience, you should tick. So any executive program or working managers program, you should those people with work-ex, especially work-ex of more than 2 years, should tick this for the heck of it. Okay, this is a doctoral program, which is a fellowship management, FPM बोलते हैं, और PhD equivalent. So किसी को PhD FPM जैसा कुछ करना है तो ठीक है, वरना you can skip the doctoral और FPM programs. Okay, उसके अलावा सब कुछ मार्क कर देना चाहिए. और अगर डाउट हो रहा है कि सर नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, तो कर दे. तुझे कौन सा कॉल आने वाला है? If you are not the right person for the program, you will not get a call. Mark it. Now let me go forward. Now those smart asses who want to get into, and rightly so, ABCL में ही जाऊंगा सर, या ABC में ही जाऊंगा सर, या Blackie. This sounds very wrong. Okay, Bangalore, Lucknow, Ahmedabad, Calcutta, Kozhikode, Indore, Shillong and Mumbai. मैं इसी में जाऊंगा सर, तो मैं क्यों रायपुर या अमृतसर या संबलपुर भरूंगा? नहीं भरना. ये भी एक गलत थॉट प्रोसेस है. You don't know today if you can do this. It is okay. कल उठ के if you want to go into Blackie only and you get an Amritsar and you don't want to join, it is okay. Mark it right now. You don't know the situation you are in March. If nothing, you might just get an interview experience. Mark it. So mark all colleges is what GP and I always say. GP said this in RT99 also. सब कुछ mark करो. So fill up all the programs as much as possible, right? I hope this is clear. Now understand this. This is very important. So city preference. This city preference could be the city you are in right now, city you belong to, or city that is closest to you. ये 3 बेसिस से तुम्हें ये भरना है. So city you are in, city you belong to, so city closest to you. In some cases, you will not get three of these choice, then whatever is available. Okay, so pick your cities accordingly. Generally, it could happen sometimes that यहाँ पे space नहीं है, they might call you in the second city. So fill up the second city also properly that you would want to go to. Okay, so let me take some questions about this, if any. Komaldeep is saying for executive program, the eligibility is more than 2 years as of 31st July. No, 31st, I'm not sure. So I think it is 2-year experience when you join. So if you have 1.5 year experience or one year and 4 months experience right now, you might as well take a shot. No problem, Komaldeep. See, understand, you don't have to give a single extra penny. 0 rupees for all of these forms. All IIMs ke all courses are in CAT fees only, CAT registration only. So whatever 2,200-2,400 that you're paying for the CAT registration includes the application to all these colleges. For FMS, for example, for FMS, you will have to pay extra. For SPGen, you will have to pay extra. For MDI, you will have to pay extra. For IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, you will have to pay extra, right? But for the IIMs mentioned here, it is included in the CAT registration fees. Okay. So BrainX, you are from Guwahati. Which city should you choose? I don't know if Guwahati is there. I don't have it live in front of me. So you'll have to go and check which is the closest one. Is it Calcutta that you can go? Is it Delhi you can go? Or is Guwahati available to you? Right? So you can pick accordingly. शुभम बोल रहा है सर हम लोग डॉक्यूमेंट्स को फोन माड़ी अडोबी स्कैन ऐप में क्या बोल रहे हैं मैंने पहले ही बोला कि पीडीएफ स्कैनर एप्स मत यूज करना इट हैज टू बी स्कैन्ड प्रॉपर्ली ओके शुभम ठीक है विनय सेज व्हेन टू पे फॉर एफएमएस एक्सेट्रा भाई उसका डेट आएगा एंड वी विल इन्फॉर्म यू योर स्टूडेंट पोर्टल इफ यू आर अ सीएल स्टूडेंट पोर्टल में भी समझ में आएगा राइट एंड यू हैव रिमाइंडर्स एंड अपडेट्स देयर अनाउंसमेंट्स देयर सो अनाउंसमेंट्स आएगा right we will put telegram messages we'll send all of those things so don't worry about that theek hai so Komaldeep says so it won't harm you if you check mark a program which you are not eligible for wo automatically call nahi dega tumko don't worry koi no harm in ticking everything that is on your screen okay मुकुंद गर्ग बोल रहा है मैं फाइनल ईयर सेमेस्टर स्टूडेंट मुकुंद क्लियरली तो बोला ना मैंने कि सारा टोटल ही डालना है यार इट्स अ टोटल एग्रीगेट टोटल मार्क्स ठीक है चलो ओके नाउ वी कम टू द टेस्ट सिटी वेयर डू यू वांट टू टेक कैट वेयर डू यू वांट टू टेक कैट नाउ दिस इज अ वेरी ट्रिकी थिंग ओके फॉर एग्जांपल आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल दैट you are from Haldwani, you are studying, either you are studying in Bangalore or you are working in Delhi or your girlfriend or boyfriend or both are in Mumbai. Where should you take your mock? So first of all, wherever it is accessible to you, the best. So if you're working in Delhi right now and Sunday को यहाँ दे सकते हो तो अच्छी बात है studying in Bangalore यहाँ दे अगर आपको ऐसा है कि नहीं हफ्ता घर जाके दूंगा 4 दिन पहले I want to go home good take that I don't mind right so whatever is your preference just make sure just let me give you an example I stay in Delhi last year I filled my first preference as Delhi. Now, since I stay in south part of Delhi, east part of Delhi, so the second preference I had filled was Noida. Okay, and so on. मैंने कहीं पे भी I had not kept Rohtak as a center. I had not. But if this is Delhi and if this is Noida, right? Suppose, and I stay here, okay? and here is Rohtak. My center was here. So I had to go some 45-50 kilometers to take my cat. Sorry. So I did not get it in Delhi. I did not get it in Noida, but I got it somewhere on the Rohtak highway, 42 kilometers away. This could very well happen. क्योंकि उनके हिसाब से ये भी दिल्ली के अंदर है. So you are from Delhi, I gave you Delhi, but that was way outside Delhi. Now imagine I have an 8:30 a.m. slot. It takes me 1 to 1.5 hours, mostly 1.5 hours to travel. I have to reach 1 hour before the exam. Okay, that is 2.5 hours, which means I left my home at 5:45 a.m. I woke up at 5 a.m. All these things would matter, guys. So please select your preferred cities properly. And there are 5 preferences. All of them are mandatory for you to fill up. Okay, so pick very carefully the cities around you. Okay, let's move on. Now comes the declaration. Here you are declaring. Okay, so I have previewed the application form by clicking on the preview application button. Confirm that all the data reflecting the preview is correct. तो इसके पहले preview का option आएगा, आपको दिखेगा सब कुछ. You have to check it and say, okay, all of the data given to me, I hereby certify that information given by me in this application form is true to the best of my knowledge. I certify that I fulfill the CAT eligibility criteria and will provide any original documents whenever necessary. I understand that the exam cannot be rescheduled under any circumstances. I agree to abide by the declaration of the authorities regarding the eligibility application, blah, blah, blah. So basically, what he's saying is I am agreeing that I won't give false information and I will be able to produce proof of whatever information I provided. This is the important thing for you to take away. Okay, then you put the CAPTCHA and you submit. Okay, and with this, you have filled the form. Okay, you have to do the payment, right? So that's that. Now, we've come to the end of this, almost the end of this session. I have a couple of things to say before we go. But before that, I think it's tomorrow only, we have NMAT form filling also. Gautam will be coming, Gautam Bawa, and he will be taking this session on NMAT 2025 form filling process. कितने स्लॉट बुक करने चाहिए, कब बुक करने चाहिए, कितनी बार देना चाहिए, क्या पहले वीक में देना चाहिए, बाद में देना चाहिए, कैट के पास देना चाहिए, कैट के बाद देना चाहिए. All these questions will be answered tomorrow. I think it is tomorrow, and you will get an information about it. So keep watching this space on YouTube. Subscribing and pressing the bell icon would definitely help, because जैसे ही आता है notification मिल जाएगा आपको. So please make sure you do that. So this is coming up next. ZAT का form filling session हो चुका है, and SNAP का होगा next week. Sometime this week or sometime next week. SNAP का भी करेंगे. So major 4 exams are out and we will do the form filling sessions for it. Okay, today's CAT. So finally, I've come to the end of my session, and you may ask any remaining doubts. For the next 4 minutes or 5 minutes, we can take some doubts before we move on. And finally, some additional resources in case you require. We have a doubt solving class, a Telegram group also. The first QR code is a Telegram group of CLMBA, right? There is an Instagram and OpenCat. OpenCat is something which has absolutely free resources available in case someone just wants to study with free resources. So wahan pe hai, you can find it, right? So with that, thank you so much. I'll be closing this and we'll be taking the last few questions. Okay, Vinay ka question finally liya jaye. I asked you about digital certificate or DU if it is valid. I believe it should be valid. Vinay, definitely. Komaldeep says, so sir, in the same company I'm promoted, so my recent designation will come in serial number 1. Yes, पहला आएगा serial number 1. Sorry, मैंने उल्टा बताया. CL Educate में मैंने पहले काम किया था तो वो बाद में आएगा. XYZ company में मैंने last काम किया है वो पहले आएगा. You are right. Okay, let me stand corrected on this. Prachi says, sir, can you please tell me the expected dates when the payment for FMS, SPJ, and etc. will come? if I remember right, मुझे याद नहीं है, but I think सितंबर अक्टूबर में आ जाता है, सितंबर या अक्टूबर में, मोस्टली सितंबर में आ जाएगा. It will come soon. Okay, you don't want to take any risk is good. In fact, Prachi and everyone else, what you should do is have a notebook or an Excel sheet, write down all important forms and dates there so that you don't miss it out. Okay. Okay, any other questions? सर इफ यू आर सेइंग कि इंटरनेट कैफे में जाके डॉक्यूमेंट स्कैन करा के उसका सॉफ्ट कॉपी लेके उसे करे, यस एग्जैक्टली शुभम, राइट. इंटरनेट कैफे में जा या जेरोक्स प्रिंट आउट वाले के पास भी होता है, यू कैन गो एंड गेट इट स्कैन्ड. ओके. Suvrat, for WorkX documents, you don't have to give the documents right now. You don't have to submit all the documents right now. है ना work experience के, but you should have them because tomorrow whatever you're claiming in this CAT form you should be able to prove it because कभी वो check होगा colleges में जब जाओगे, right? So yes. Let me take one or two questions more. I think ज़्यादातर मैं ले चुका हूँ. So okay, guys, I'm sure I've answered a lot of questions, left a lot of questions unanswered. You can reach out to me. So let me quickly allow me to again share my screen and let me write down my phone number, email ID, so you can reach out to me. Okay. Just one second. So here are my coordinates. My phone number is 7710097505 and my email ID is sazil.shah@gmail नहीं यार, sorry, careerlauncher.com. Okay, so these are my coordinates. Please reach out to me. Wish you all the best. Don't waste your time. Don't wait. Please fill up your forms ASAP and wish you all the best. We will come up with a series of sessions called All About B Schools, in which we'll be talking about other B School form filling also and the logic to fill the forms for you. So we'll talk about that in the other sessions. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Good night. Great night. Good night.